G'day everyone, welcome back to Tom's Brook Farm. Bit of a different start to the day. It's currently 12:30 and I'm driving out of town. Righto guys, I'll get it out at the start this time. If you guys are enjoying these videos, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share it to anybody who you think might enjoy them. I know it sounds doesn't sound like much, but yeah, when you guys are interacting with liking and sharing and all that, it really helps the channel. And another thing that really helps is watching the video the whole way through as well. So if I could ask you to do those things, that'd be amazing. So why am I coming out of town? So today's Monday, the 24th of June. And I know those videos are a bit late coming out to you. It's just I was trying to get as many videos as I could filmed before I went on holiday. So I go on holiday at the end of this week. So I leave on the 29th of June and hopefully back on farm 10th of July. We're going camping. We're heading up to Karajini for I think 6 days, and then after that we're going to swing to the station, go see Jack and Jasmine and the girls, spend a couple of days there, and then we'll be back on farm. So I'm coming out of town. So this morning I got a call. Well, go back a couple of days. Last week Friday I was doing my flight training, and I'm all ready to go solo. So I've done the test, passed the test, the written test. And my instructor says that I'm good enough to go solo. Now he's a junior instructor; he doesn't have his senior instructorship yet, so you have to do the check flight with the senior instructor. Then senior instructor, he's there because he's got to watch over the junior instructor until he's a senior. Anyway, he was sick, so he's been on antibiotics for the past week or so, so he isn't legally allowed to fly. So they said, oh look, we'll see over the weekend, because Friday he finished his antibiotics, but we couldn't go flying that day. So he's like, well, we'll see over the weekend and we might be able to get you up, go do your solo. We tried on Sunday, but the wind was just too much of a crosswind. And then they called me up early this morning and said, look, it's looking okay if you want to risk driving in. So for me it's an hour and 20 to get to the strip, to the hangars, to get in. They said, yep, come on in and we'll try and get you up. So I got to the hangar by 10 o'clock, and just the lesson going on at the time, the wind was going right down the runway, and it was no wind, it was perfect. Then as soon as I started checking over the plane, the gusts started coming up, and the wind started to turn to a crosswind. Now we got up, we got flying, so I got flying with the senior instructor, and so you just do circuits, which is you take off, you turn, and then you come back and you land, and it's a touch and go, so you keep going. And yeah, we got to, I did, in total I did 5 landings. I landed twice, and 3 times I had to abort the landing. So as I touched down, the crosswind was just too strong that it gust, and it tilt the wind cocked the plane into the wind, and then it just gets a bit dangerous, so you got to full power and you got to take off again. So yeah, we did that, and then he did a crosswind landing to show me how to do it. I have done crosswind landings, but not solo, like not just me doing it. The instructor's always got their hand on the stick. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to go solo. Just the luck of the draw, really. The wind isn't good. It was just going smack bang between the 2 runways, so I couldn't choose the best runway. But anyway, it was alright. I went for a fly. It was all good. And while I was in town, I was able to go and pick up that. So this is a well, I don't know if you can see that very well, but that is a dash cam. So I'm going to install that in Rhiannon's car, because we're about to go and do thousands of kilometers, and I prefer to have a dash cam in the car. So I'll give that a go, and then if that one works well, I'll buy another one and I'll chuck it in my ute to have it on. Just really good to have, especially come fire season, because they're recording all the time. It records our voice, obviously, and you've got data or records of what you've been saying or what happened at what times. So just a good thing to have. So we'll do that. So yeah. Now on the flight training, I know I have seen a few comments going, oh, it must be nice to be able to go and do flight training and all that. You're right, it is very nice to be able to go and do. They've only just started up the school here, which is nice to finally have a school to go and do flying with. It's RA Oz, so it's the cheapest and easiest way to get into flying. But it's honestly, it's all thanks to you guys that I'm able to go and do it. YouTube, obviously there's ads on YouTube and ad revenue, and that's how I'm able to afford to go and do this. So yeah, it's all thanks to you guys watching the videos and subscribing and liking and sharing. So yeah, a big thank you to you guys on that one. So yeah, you have made it all possible for me to go flying. So for that, I am very thankful. So with the weather being quite dodgy and bad at the moment, you know, a bit of rain as we're driving out. Henry isn't able to go spraying today. He should be able to go tomorrow, but for the rest of the week he actually might not be able to spray. Looks like we're going to hopefully get a bit of rain. I think for this month, for June so far, we're at 25 mils. So yeah, just very thankful that it's just amazing, and I hope everyone who's watching has got rain if they're needing rain, because I do know it's quite dry in other parts of WA and over east as well. So yeah, hopefully everyone's getting rain. Yeah, it's always hard when you're farming and the rain doesn't come. It can be very hard when the rain does come, but you know, you can't make money out of dust, but you can make money out of mud, as the saying goes. So today Henry has been working on Wally. When we get there, I'll show you. He's finished Wally off. He's done the wire straps on the turnbuckles. He's also got the hose all done on that. And then I'm not sure what he's gone and done after that. He's either washed Louis or he's working on the augers for the 7700, because we've got the bearings for them now. And yeah, we're still got to finish that job off, so he'll be doing that. This week, before I head off, the big one I want to get done this week is to put the Fenceline sprayer on the back of Ben and get Ben operational as our Fenceline sprayer, so that when I'm away, Henry can do our Fenceline spraying and do it with a nice comfortable ute that we know has got the power and the won't get bogged compared to Bill. And Bill again is very short of life, so we want to try and keep the weight and the K's off Bill. And yeah, this is the reason I bought Ben. So we're going to put the Fenceline sprayer on that. So we might even do that today. We'll just see what Henry's done by the time I get out there. Okay, you might be able to hear that. Henry's now just washing Louis down, just getting that so Louis all got no fertilizer on him anymore. He's finished with this, so you can see he's done the wire ties, jump leg, the bloody battery chargers on the thing again because it's gone flat. But he's got the hose on here ready to roll, so it will still work if he was filling straight from that onto the ground. Just he'll be a little closer, but he did remind me that he uses the hot hose, so the hot hose clips onto that, and then we've got the it's a banjo fitting, it's a dripless tap. So here, how you've got, you know, this much here will run out, like you turn your two taps off, and flexi will still be in this part here. So the zero drip tap is like a flat face. It's literally like the tap itself, the ball valve itself is right at the end, so you end up with no drips. So that's very handy. So I'm going to get Ben out and get that ready, and we're going to have a go at getting Ben ready for some Fenceline spraying. So the first thing I've got to do is take off our tailgates, because we're going to get this off, because we don't have these on when we've got the sprayer on, because it's just too it's been painted, it's stuck on there, because it's too wide to have the tailgates on. So actually we might be able to, Bill, we've done it both. We've done it with tailgates and we've done it without tailgates. Let's just We'll leave the tailgates on, shall we? We'll see how it goes. If we can leave it on, that's a positive. I'll go and grab a broom though, and sweep it off. Right, I need to move all of this stuff out because right there is our tank. So I won't need to move this, so I don't need to jump start that, but I will need to move these three things, and then we can get the forklift in order to get it out. Right, now comes the fun part. I welded this box on here because it's wide enough for my forks to fit into, but it is the trickiest thing to line up and get into there whilst pulling it out and not hitting the nozzles, well, the output section on here. Also avoiding the table legs whilst avoiding that. There's got to be a better system. But anyway, yeah, let's hop to it. To say that was a mission was an understatement. All this stuff, I mean, probably me being slack and not moving that and moving everything out of the way so I can come in straight. But what I do need to do is probably sort out these here. These are table legs. We've got round tables there. They're from like the 70s, 80s, the 90s, somewhere around there. I mean, when are we ever going to use them? I know that mum and dad would just be like, oh, don't throw them out, but kind of just want to throw them out. Okay, this here is the boom, so I'm just going to chuck that on, and then we can get over to bed. We might need to adjust a few things on Ben. Ben has got these hooks that you can do your load straps to. I've got a feeling that where this is here is going to be pretty close to where the hooks are, so we obviously don't want that. So yeah, we'll just see. We'll get it on and measure it up. If we've got to re-weld some loading points on there, we will. No, I was wrong. We've got more room on this tray than what we do on Bill. So we've got plenty of room here. We'll be able to just mark it, pull it out. We don't do a hole there, we do one at the back here. And just make sure it's dead even in the center. And then we'll be good to put our bolts in, which I've put over here on the forklift. So I'm going to get a tape measure and make sure I'm getting it even. You want it even, otherwise Ben's suspension is going to be sitting one way, and I think where we've got it's pretty good. We don't want it right up against the headboard, otherwise it'll rub, and we've got it pretty good. We don't want it too far back, otherwise you're putting too much weight just over the back and it'll be too light on the front. This thing here can go to 1200 litres. We only ever fill it to 800. because otherwise they just put in too much weight, and it's a bogging risk obviously. So we'll grab a tape measure. 21, 20. So we're 21 and I can't remember now, 20, and then we're 30 on the other side. So I'm just gonna push it across a little bit without damaging anything. Let's see what we are there. 38, oh sorry, 28. This side needs to go more. Okay, she's all 28 and a half, 28, 28, and like it's all within a centimetre. So we're gonna go with that. Now all my hard work, I've got to undo all this. I've got to do a circle in there, and then what I might do is I'll probably draw a line along here so we know where to line up the frame, because what I'll have to do is I can't drill straight down onto this deck, because the drill, I'll need to grind it first, unless it's in a perfectly flat spot like this one here. That one will be fine. This one here is it's on like that, so I won't be able to drill that straight. The drill's going to move, there's nothing I can do about that, so I'll have to grind it flat, and then I'll have to put it all back into this position, and then re-hole it, redo my hole, and then take it off again and then drill it. So a bit of a back and forth, but that's what you got to do, get it perfect. So a bit better idea now. This one here I'll be able to get, that's my my hole that I was able to sort of draw, so I'll be able to go the center punch in there because I'm in the center. This one on here, the center of this hole is right on the stud there, so I'm going to need to grind this flat and then put it back onto my pull it back over, redraw my hole, and then push it back off. Actually, once I've got that clear, if it's over, I can just drill it straight there because I've got room with the drill. I don't there because I got the tank, so I might drill this hole first, and then we'll get onto that one. Alright, so you can see now that I've done the grinding, it's nice and smooth. I've got my hole. I don't know why I did my hole though, because I'm just going to drill it while it's there. I'll drill this back on here while it's also there, and then we've got Henry here now, so we'll move this one, and we've got to grind that one there. That one there needs grinding, so we'll move that one out the way, and it should be easier now with two people when we're shuffling this thing around. Give her a push. So we've got all three holes here lined up, and as you just saw, we just ground this one out. So I'm going to redraw this one, and then we'll push her out, drill it again, and then we'll be don't know where I put my texture. Then we'll be right to yeah, get this. The next thing is actually going to be our drawbar, because that's too short for that hole there. It's not like Bill, that goes off Bill's hole. This one here is going to be more like there, so we might need to do some drilling, or we might even completely remake that. I'm not sure yet. She's all done. Henry's just tightening up that last bolt there. We just had to sort that one out. Now like what Henry was saying, we had clevises in the shed there. So this here hasn't got its clevis hook yet, so that's what a clevis hook is, and that's a toe ball obviously. So we're going to use this one. It'll fit. You can see our hole goes over there perfectly. The only difference is that the sideways, as you can see, is this is a lot thinner than what the one on Bill is. So we'll tighten this up, and then we might need to just weld some new ones of these in here, just to make sure it's strong, because if it can move like this, it'll slowly undo the bolt. So yeah, anyway, that's an easy fix. It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. This we've got two options. We either cut this down smaller and then our hole will line up, or we just drill a new hole. Now I'm thinking we might just drill a new hole, because if you can see that, it has been flogged out by a loose pin, and this will be tying header fronts, things like that. So we'll just start fresh. We'll drill a hole on that side, a hole on that side, and drill it properly, and then that way we won't have any slop in it. Oh, we are going to be close, aren't we?
That's 16 mils, which is exactly the size of the bolt.
Yep.
I think, as long as I've got my counting right. We're not. If you go one more.
So we've got if you can see that, there's not much clearance between the bolt and the well, the hole we're drilling and the flogged out hole, but we're just thinking that we'll try and weld and bridge that up if we have to, because we want to make sure it's nice and snug, especially when you're towing things. It's if it's loose, it's just a nightmare, and you get a big chatter when you're driving along. Have you got it?
Yep, I got it.
Alright, so I'll go over it with you. Obviously this is our tank. We fill from the top, so we put our water in the top, we put our chemical into the top. We've got a tap there, so this is our agitation, and we agitate, because you want to make sure you mix all your chemicals, especially when you're using granules. You want to make sure that they all break up. We've got ourselves a pressure gauge here, and that's so that we can make sure that we're getting our nozzles at the right pressure. You don't want them sitting up at like 5 to 10 bar, because you're going to absolutely just mist it out and then kill the crop, which you don't want. So we tend to keep it at about 2. We've got a nice little filter on down there, just to reduce any chance of getting stuff blocked in our nozzles. You'll notice it's 3 sections. Now a nice little biscuit tin in there is our, I'll open it up, is our solenoids. So they're all in there, and they're protected by our Anzacs. Now it's 3 section, so it's obviously boom. So this one is for the boom, one is for the boomless jet on this side, and the other is for the boomless jet on this side. And in here, if we open this up, you can see our nozzles. We're at 250 mil spacings, 25 centimeters. And that's just so we can get a great coverage. And we've got clean out taps on the ends, just so that we can clean and wash the boom out. We might need to just grab a tech gun and re-tech these in, because they've all come out. You might wonder, why have we got this skirt on? We never had that on, and we're doing Fenceline spraying, and we use can't remember what the nozzles are, but they're a low drift air induction nozzle. So it means that you get very coarse droplets, and we're just normally, when you want to go and do your Fenceline sprayings and you can't do anything else, as long as it's good weather, normally what it means is it's quite windy, and with lots of wind you can't go spraying next to the crop. So we did this so that you can go right next to your crop and not kill it, and then also not have any drift come out from the back here and swirling around and killing that. So in here it's all just controlled cigarette lighter plug. We got our master on off, and then we got boom right, boom, and then left. This on here we don't use anymore. I took that section off. We didn't need that, so it's pretty simple. So we'll just fill up with some fuel and some water and just test and make sure it's all good. Okay, the moment of truth to make sure it's all working. We might need to open that tap. normally when we do this, you're filling above the pump, so it primes itself. There we go. So agitation is going now, and then if we turn this off like that, we get up to about our 2 bar. So hopefully when I turn this on, master on, turn all them on, nothing. Let's see if it's because the ute's not on. Maybe now. I'll turn the ute fully on. Turn them all off again. Have we got anything out the back?
Nothing.
Nothing?
A little bit came on. For a little bit, but nah. Nothing.
So this is normal. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's sits for over a year, so you gotta just anything. Alright, what we might do is we'll take it up to the shed and we'll run a open this up and just run a voltmeter over it. We've got an oopsie. We forgot last year this was this pump started to leak a little bit, so you can see what's coming out here is not ideal. And if we come in here, and if you guys can see that there, it's dribbling out. So Henry and I are going to need to take that all off now and just see what's going on there. And we'll also run a voltmeter over that just to see what's up with our power. Now it's not out of the ordinary for this to not work straight out the gate. It's always been a bit of a fickle thing, so it's normal. But we're going to so there's a hole underneath here, and it drains. Well, we believe the seal is gone between there, so we're just going to take the front cover off, and then we can get the propeller off, or impeller, and then we can inspect the seal. There we go. Rightio, can you guys see how disgusting that is in there? Now we do clean this every time we finish, so it is a bit of a concern to see it looks like that. But that's our impeller, and oh,
that's very loose.
It's very loose. So we'll undo that and see what's going on there, because that's probably our issue. Alright, Henry was able to get this off. So does that split, or is that just one jump?
No, that's actually just, oh. Looks like it's
just one
pressed
whole
together.
Thing?
Yeah.
Right, so that is what the water comes into, and in here, I should probably show you. This is the impeller. So we now need to get the impeller off so that we can get to the bolts that are behind, and there'll be a seal in there somewhere that we can hopefully locate and order to change. Come on. Problem. Our impeller is stuck, and what I've successfully done is rounded it. If that shows up for you guys, you can see that it's the tiny little bolt that they give us, so nut, is just too hard to get purchase on. With the spanner, we didn't have it's a 26 mil. We didn't have a 26 mil socket. No socket set in this farm has one. So we used a 25 mil socket, and we just hit it on, and that was all right. But we just, yeah, it's just seized so tight that we just cannot get it off. The issue is that because it's been leaking out the back, and we forgot about it last year, So it's leaking out the back where the thread is, and that'll be just completely seized on there and corroded. And because it's aluminium, it would have just essentially dissolved it and welded it on there. I've now successfully damaged and destroyed the impeller, just trying to hit it off with anything I could. We cannot move it, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do there. I'll come back to the drawing board on that one. Yeah, we might even get a replacement little Honda pump for the time being while we sort this out, because yeah, I mean, this is a really old pump anyway, but yeah, we'll just see what happens. So we're going to leave the video there, everyone. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.